cuffs are off, man. Get right. Too many left in these leagues, but I ain't gonna leave. I'ma get right. Get right. Down to the bottom and scratch it for all the.
Hey everybody, Adam Rank here.
What's up, everybody? It's Marcus Grant.
This is AJ Dillon of the Green Bay Packers.
I got to give a shout out to y'all at Get Right Fantasy.
If you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? You want to lose your league?
On a league, check out the Get Right Fantasy Network.
You got to get right with the Get Right Fantasy Network.
Best of luck with your podcast. Appreciate the support.
And you're tuned in to watch my boys at Get Right Fantasy Network. Get you right. Enjoy the show.
But I tune every Friday. Strategies provided, I will lock in every way. So go and roll your sleeves up. Yeah, go and roll your sleeves up. And I'm getting down cause I roll my sleeves up. And I'm getting right cause I roll my sleeves up.
What up? What up? What up, world? I'm Frank here, a.k.a. Fishing Frank, and this is Get Right Fantasy Network. I'm here with my guy, Anthony, a.k.a. Rasta. What up, Anthony?
What up, fellas? How you guys doing tonight? It's Monday, man. Another best ball. I'm excited.
Right? And we're doing a big-time best ball tonight.
Yes, we are.
Unfortunately, we were trying to get into Chihuahua, but that closed at 7:30.
You got to get in there, man.
You got to get
these best balls. That's already the Chihuahua 2. That's already filled. So get in this best ball, man. Get on this underdog. Use that promo code Get Right. Just quick little read in there. What's up?
And
Go ahead. Bring in our guest. We got a guest tonight.
Yeah. And tonight we have a special guest, Gator J. Let's bring him in.
Let's go. What's up, Jay?
Fellas, what's going on? What's happening? Hey, real quick, Frank, I didn't know you wore a suit. That picture at the beginning.
Oh, no.
All business.
All business.
There's a different side of me, man. There's work Frank.
There's work Frank, and then there's best ball Frank.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and fishing Frank, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you should fish in that suit, though.
You got to get a whole new picture. I have to redo the whole intro.
Oh man,
Carry that fishing pole to work. Remember Andy Griffith back in the day? You know, that had the fishing pole as he's walking to work in the police uniform.
Oh yeah.
We get Frank doing that with the
That'd be awesome.
three-piece suit with a with a bamboo stick, and let's roll.
That's hilarious.
But you got to do the video of him walking across.
Right? Oh man. What up, man? How's it going, dude? We got Gator here, like we said, from the Club Fantasy FFL over there, man. Just got done with the show, back-to-back shows, hopping in over there. I saw a couple of Get Right folks invading the draft over there. And so, you know, I'm sure they may pop in here in this chat here. So of course we welcome it all. Yeah. But yeah, man, Frank, tell them what we're doing tonight, man. I'm like super stoked right now.
So obviously it's a best ball again, Underdog Fantasy. We're doing the Best Ball Mania 5. It's $25 buy-in, 1.5 million in prize pool there. The scoring will be half point PPR, 4 points for passing touchdown, 6 points for rushing and receiving touchdowns. Roster positions are 1 QB, 2 running back, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 flex, and 10 bench.
There it is.
So that's what we're talking about here. That's what's going to happen tonight. We might as well get it started, right?
Let's do it, man. So if you guys want to join us, man, make sure you get on underdogfantasy.com. Use that promo code GetRight. When you do, you will get that deposit match, 50% up to $250 in bonus cash. Make that $500 deposit, or as little as $10. You can get that $5 bonus cash as well. But if you want to come drop in this big boy with us right here, it's $25 to get in, but you can turn that into 1.5 million. So let's get this thing going. Are we all on the yes screen? We're going to count it down because this thing will probably fill pretty quick.
Yes.
Everybody's ready?
3.
All right.
2, 1, click.
Let's do it. Oh, so I got 3 people. You guys 2?
Oof.
Are we all?
Yeah,
are we all in?
We got 3. We look like we got 3.
I think I got 2.
I got 2 right now.
2 waiting. This is 2 waiting, right?
Okay, so 2 waiting. Oh, I think we're all in.
Waiting.
Woo, we did it, gentlemen. That's hard too with 3 people. That would have sucked if I would have been just like in a completely different draft. I mean, I wouldn't have mind not being in with you guys, but you know.
I was just saying it wouldn't have sucked for us.
We would have just been doing my draft on the screen.
Right?
Oh man. So let's get this thing going here. Let's
So obviously we've been doing Underdog Fantasy for a while, and it is the best place, easiest place to play fantasy sports from the best ball draft tournaments, which means to draft your team with no long-term season commitment, no waivers, no trades, no weekly lineup setups. So that's why we're doing twins of these, right? So Anthony recently played 42nd out of 70,000 and turned his $4 into
70,464.
He likes
Don't
to beat it up.
shortchange me on those 464 people, bro.
Hey, we were just watching a different show, and that girl placed what?
Like 285. Still
Yeah.
impressive, but that was in Best Ball
Yeah.
Mania.
Yeah, so yeah, that's true.
But not
That's
bad.
true. So let's double check. Are we everybody in here? I see Rasta
Yeah.
Frank. I see Gator.
We're here, man.
What spot did you get here? I got the fourth pick. What'd you get, Ant? Fourth.
I'm
fifth,
in
sixth?
7.
Seventh.
Where are you at, Gator? You must be towards the end because I don't see you on my
He's
screen.
an 8.
I'm in 8. Right.
Oh, you're right
behind
behind me.
Yeah.
That's
right
why you didn't
behind
see
you.
me. I'm right there. I'm
No.
right there stabbing you in the back, going, "Don't pick my guy."
Right, and then vice versa on the way back.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, this is gonna be brutal.
Yeah, this is gonna be freaking horrific.
Holy cow! Ooh, I'm excited. So I actually drafted from
you got
this spot earlier because I.
put the board up right now.
Oh, I got it. I told you I got the production, so I got you back,
All right,
Frank.
all right.
You just handle the notes over there. But I was in this earlier. Well, not the Best Ball Mania, but I was doing. I had to get in one of those Chihuahuas. I couldn't just let it go without getting one more in. And I actually drafted from the 7 spot. Craziest thing about that draft was McCaffrey fell to the 104. You believe
What?
that? Yes. Chase went 101, followed by Lamb, Tyreek Hill, and then CMC went 4. What do you think about that?
Wow,
That's a
Maybe
unique
wake
build.
up with that curse.
Somebody
You
was
never know.
auto drafting right away.
Not even because CMC's, right at the top. So those were actual picks to go that way. To go chase one.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is that they set their queue. They auto draft.
Oh. Maybe
Yeah.
thinking they would have had a later pick or something like that. So it sucks if I'm going to have to build the same team I just built, but I kind of had a feel for it. So that's the only thing that might be good for it.
Shit, I missed my
But obviously I'm going
on
Amon Ra or Bijan right here, depending on what
Amon-Ra.
Moon Man has. Oh, so I guess we're going with a Bijan build. Yeah, it limits me because now that means I can't go elite tight end and elite wide receiver. Because I'm of course trying to get at least my 5 wide receivers in the first 7 rounds I prefer. And when you kind of do that and you're not taking that running back, there's just that chunk of running backs in like the 8th, 9th, and 10th where I feel like you're just getting good running backs considering how your wide receivers that you took early. So I like just getting those knocked out of the way, but we'll see what happens here. So you go AJ Brown over Nakua over Wilson, I believe too, right? So tell me about your AJ Brown love there, Gator.
Yeah, well, this because again, this is a tournament of whatever it is, 300,000 people.
Right.
And I try to go down the board a little bit, not necessarily, try to overdraft somebody, but I try not to draft the exact same spot or same thing that somebody else is going to draft. And I try to make sure that I am not just correlating week 17.
Right.
I want to correlate week 15, week 16, as well as week 17. So ideally right now, my build is going to have a lot of Philly, a lot of Washington, a lot of Pittsburgh, a lot of Dallas.
Okay.
The problem is going to be the week 17 with Dallas. That's going to be really hard. It's going to be probably in the 16th round, somewhere in that range, getting a piece of Dallas, because there's no way that I'm going to be able to justify value at, pick 17 overall, 32 overall, throwing somebody in there that I'm going to have to reach for. That's kind of where that goes. AJ Brown is somebody that I have not had an opportunity to get a lot of exposure to through all of these best ball drafts. It seems like I'm always picking at the ass end of the draft, or I'm picking at like the 3-4 area.
Makes
so this
sense.
gives me a chance to do, unlike what you just said, I'll be able to get exposure to somebody else other than the same teams every single time, especially in a best ball mania.
Yeah, you want that unique build. That's where that's really important. Like you said, because you are going up against so many people. You can't just come out, like you said, and just draft from the top of the ADP list. So No, we'll said.
Yeah, you'll be having the same team as 100,000 other guys, basically.
Right.
Yeah. And you just need those, few picks different that can be the difference between 42nd place like I had and, first place. It only takes 1 or 2 players to make that happen. Ooh, that's where I was going. I was thinking of that Waddle to a stack, knowing I can get that.
I told you I was sniping you.
I know. That was brutal. Oh, I hate always going to Olave because that doesn't set me up with the nice stack later. I mean, I could get a little unique and go Debo. I don't really have too many Debo. But I think I have to go Olave here. I don't like to, but I don't like that Derek Carr stack. He's like basically going undrafted in 18 rounds.
Well, yeah, but you don't have to stack with. It doesn't necessarily have to be the quarterback, right? You can go stack him later on. You probably in the 4th round, 5th round, maybe even 6th round, depending on how everybody else builds.
That Kamara,
get the Kamara, yeah. And then you go back and you look at what does New Orleans have for again, Washington, Green Bay, Vegas, which outside of the Vegas one, I don't know what you would want there, but there's your playoffs correlation. So
right,
just
get some bringbacks from there.
Yeah, which is going back to the Waddle one. That's one thing I liked about being able to get Waddle there because now that brings in for me. San Francisco, Cleveland, and Houston. So,
especially that Houston's going to be nice.
Yes.
So you like my
and Houston has a nice 15, 16, 17 as well.
Mm-hmm.
See, Frank, we forgot about you because you're not in the cool
Frank's
spot
here.
right here next
Frank's
to
here.
us. Yeah, forgot about you, Frank. What do you got? What do you got going over there, bro?
H-Han and
he's
Hill.
going with the Miami stack over there. You better watch out.
Yeah, but
it's going to be a race.
Frank, do you feel like you? To me, and I could be completely wrong here, but at pick 21 overall, Devon A-Chain just feels like a bit of a reach.
I know that's his guy. He's high on him this year.
Yeah.
I should let you answer your own question. Go ahead.
I just feel that
Frank's here.
Yeah. No, I just feel that he's going to have a really good year, and I don't think it's going to be with what happened last year with a lot of the timeshare that he had with Mostert and all that stuff. I think he's just going to be, you've seen what he could do, man. So, I'm good with it. I'm really good with it.
He sees that pop and wants it, huh? Ooh.
Yeah, yes.
It's getting interesting.
Neighbors.
Come on, Moon Man. Don't do me like that. Don't do it to me. Let him fall. We were just talking about him on your show right here, Gator.
Yeah.
He gets to me.
You want to get some digs?
No.
Somebody that I'm pretty high on this year with
Diggs.
Pickens. I like it. I like it. Where are you headed to?
I actually took him in this spot in the other one I did, just to grab a share just in case. I'm just not a fan of the quarterback situation there in Pittsburgh. I mean, to me, when I think Pittsburgh, like they're trying to win games, 12 to 11, like I just, for whatever reason, I mean, I think he has a chance. So again, I will take stabs at him in best ball, but I doubt I have any shares of him in redraft. Like I need to see it, and I'm waiting for a better quarterback situation there.
So you don't think Caleb's will do it?
No. We're talking Pickens.
Yeah,
I think we're talking Pickens, right?
Yeah,
That's what we're talking about. Right?
You confused me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I was talking Pickens, but I took more. Yeah.
That's why I was like, wait a minute. Okay, hold on.
I got you.
So we're talking
but yeah, so that was that's the reason there. It's just more so the quarterback. Oh, were you listening to me?
Oh,
no way. No.
I was looking over at my correlation chart. Oh, I don't listen. I don't hate the pick at this point, whatever. That just brings in more. Now you look at more charts.
Right. I mean, no, I know what you mean. Like, it's not too bad of a pick, but like you said, if you already kind of had something in place, it just kind of, you have to be water. Oh, you got to be water sometimes, guys. This is, he'll show you how to pull it back together. But yeah, so I'm just, I'm not into Wilson, not into Fields. I believe in Pickens, the talent, as far as football goes, but I also think I also play a lot of I also base a lot of my fantasy just kind of insight, I guess you will, or that gut feeling that you talk about, in players as well. And obviously, you know, the whole thing that was made about, you know, him quitting on the play, not throwing a block, you know, and then the thing that happened in practice, he makes like a good catch and throwing the ball at his own teammate at his feet and getting all in his face. Like, yeah, you want your guy to have an edge or whatever, but like it just is immaturity, you know. So to me, that could hamper your potential upside there, I guess, too. Maybe or some could argue, you know, that doesn't matter. You want your receiver, you know, to have that type of edge. Just for me, it's just like, you know, some people aren't fans of Deshaun Watson. You know, I'm not fans of guys like that. You know, it's just, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, if I'm wrong, I'm okay to be wrong on that one this year. And, you know, if the quarterback situation is better next year, I'll feel a lot better in that situation. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Long drawn out. I don't think I've really given a Pickens take yet this year. So it was nice to just get that out there.
Sounds like you had to get it off your chest.
Yeah, I really did. It was like a therapy session for me right there. I really appreciate that lob there, Gator.
No worries.
You're welcome.
I needed to know where I'm at with that. Oh man, we'll get to the chat here, Gator. Don't forget you're on the clock right now again. And then you let me know when I'm on the clock as I'm reading some stuff off. Okay, we're good here. All right, so I won't read off the chats.
It's a QB run there, but I because it was a QB run, I could not get away from. Yeah, I had to go get my stack right away.
Yeah,
went a little bit higher than I would like to get the quarterback there, but still getting when it comes to ADP, I'm still behind ADP on it. But the stack with Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown, I'm good with.
Yeah.
But going with Jalen Hurts this early, I probably won't see quarterback. You won't see another quarterback on my team till probably the 15th round.
Yeah, I was gonna say 14. It's like you're pretty much making that you're hedging that bet that he's gonna be your guy.
Yep.
The entire year. Which of course in 4-point, makes that happen. Have you been targeting it all with your Hurts teams a little Will Shipley here and there?
If it's the last round,
right? Yeah, he's one of those round 18 guys. Yeah,
you're. It's the builds where I have, two quarterbacks. One of them, of course, being Jalen Hurts, and then a 4 running back build. Where it's just
right.
I've already got whatever it is, 8, 9 wide receivers, and I'll throw a Will Shipley in there just in case.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
I'm not one that will, especially in best ball, I'm not one that's going to waste a roster spot. At least in my opinion, it's a waste of a roster spot to, for instance, go get a Saquon Barkley and then go get Will Shipley in the end. To me, that's a waste.
No.
Do either of you do that? Because I've seen so many that do.
Do what? Say it again.
I'll go to you. Yeah, throw it to him.
Yeah, go.
You handcuffing your own guy?
On your own guy.
Oh no, I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, not in a tournament like this. And again, that's a big thing too for people to understand. When you're drafting these best ball teams like this, you have to assume your team is going to be all-time peaking, or if not one guy's peaking, another guy is, and basically no injuries. Like you're not trying to draft a team like you draft and redraft where you got to kind of consider injuries, or maybe this is what we're going to do to get through the season. Like you have multiple, maybe hundreds of entries. Last year I hit, I think, almost 70 entries. I'm not too crazy,
nice,
but it's enough.
Not to interrupt you, but I'm able to pull off the Kelsey Mahomes stack right now.
Oh, you did get it? I was wondering if I would get it. So the fact that you were able to get it lets me know it probably wouldn't have fallen to me.
Yeah, I just pulled it off. I got Kelsey Mahomes, and I still get to it later on with Hill and HN. I'm doing all right.
I wouldn't spin that high on Tua, but
that's way down there, bro. I'm just saying later on.
Okay. He may fall too, but you got to remember Gator too, though. He might want that Tua stack later.
Yeah,
but we'll see. We'll see. I shouldn't be putting that out there. I can't be table talking you guys over here.
No, and I get that, but at the same time, to me, I have no use for Tua. I've got Jalen Hurts. I've got no use for another quarterback.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I forgot you just took Hurts.
Hurts already. Yeah,
that's the kind of the same thing for me.
You're on the clock, Gator.
What I would be saying to Frank here would be there's no sense in even looking at Tua at this point.
Yeah.
Let somebody else have that stat. Let somebody else have that headache.
You're assuming the the Chiefs are now the highest scoring offense,
bad one.
and that's kind of going back to what we were just saying. Is you're just assuming now, like your best ball teams have to tell a story. They have to tell the story of.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. No, it did
okay.
it. It did it fine.
Okay. It's like that's why sometimes I won't do the whole draft thing. I'll just throw the guy I want in my queue first. If I'm like down to 3 seconds, I put him in the queue, and then I'll try to hit the draft button or just let it go.
That's exactly what I was looking at. I was like, okay, I can do this. I had him in the queue, and then as soon as I went to click on it, it was disappeared, and I was like, oh no. Okay, it picked the right guy. Okay,
there you go. There you go. Oh man, yeah. So again, just wrapping that last part up. You want to have your team tell a story. You're assuming okay, this and this is going to happen. Again, you have this correlation. Obviously, this week, 15, 16, 17 is set up this way. It's a shootout. Your guys are advancing. They're peaking all at the right times. That's the story you're trying to tell when you're drafting a team. So it's much more than just looking at projections or points or this and that. You really want to have your team be completely cohesive and be able to tell a story, and not have situations that are potentially correlated and things like that. Now, you usually use those cheaper entries, your poodles, your chihuahuas, your puppies, to practice for this. That's what those are for, is to understand that ADP, understand those correlations, understand just like we do here at Get Right, why we randomize your draft spot right before we start, so that you're comfortable at different positions on the fly, understanding what builds and what players are going to be available to you. And so obviously with all the mocks we do, that's why by the time we're getting into August and people are, hey, check out my team, how do you think I did? Like, oh, you drafted in this spot, yeah, because you already know exactly how that team came together,
Yeah, based on the ADP, this is your position that you end up drafting at. It's on Gator, so just making sure he's aware.
There you go.
Man,
all right,
Joe Money Mixon.
Just falling down the board there. And this is completely opposite of how I normally build. I build through the wide receiver. But
I see.
I'm getting good value. At least I feel like I'm getting good value on the running backs at this point. Maybe that's because everybody else is building through the wide receiver. I haven't really looked at the board.
Yeah, that's what happens. Is that since everybody takes the wide receivers,
I'm not taking my chance. I'm getting Kamara now.
See, yeah, but that's the other side of that. That's always between two players. Mixon being on Houston correlates with two of my previous picks, so that makes it so easy for me.
Question for you too here, Gator, and then Frank, I'll ask you. How do you feel about bye weeks with your best ball teams? Is that part of your decision-making process?
Suck.
Okay. That's pretty much how I feel too. Oh man.
They're like tight ends and redraft.
Well said. Well said. Oh man. What about you, Frank?
Frank, what do you think?
They're part of the game, man. That's no big deal. I really don't even think about it that much in best ball because it's already being managed anyways. But we were talking. Do
you use it as a tiebreaker at all?
Yeah, I mean, I think I do. I just subconsciously do because I think about the player and what like we were just talking about the whole like last week's that we were talking about week 17 and what games are being played and what teams are on those games. And those in general are the teams that I would be drafting anyways. They're high power offense and score a lot of points, fantasy points. So I'm already looking at those players anyway. So I guess I look at it that way. You know what I mean? Like naturally, I guess.
I just hate, like, I remember last year, it was like week 7 and week 9 were like all the guys that I preferred. Like, the guys you're high on in those rounds, just all of them ended up having like a week 7 or week 9 bye week. So a lot of the times I found myself having to, pivot. This year, not so much. I've realized I do like a lot of guys in week 12. It seems to be my week this year is what I'm finding a lot, at least from like these middle positions of the draft. This 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 kind of area. I feel like I find a lot of week 12 bye week guys that I tend to lean towards, but I really don't pay much attention to it until the end of the draft. Like when I'm getting towards like, picks 14, 15, 16, 17 kind of in there, or maybe like 15 through 18, those last 4 picks is where, I'm trying to maybe make sure at least I have one guy available, that week to just at least put up some points, but I hope by having my entire roster available for all the rest of the weeks, keeps me enough ahead.
Yeah, well, I mean, everybody they're gonna have a bye week too, so they're gonna have those guys out as well. So, right, you got to have the overall average is what happens. You know what I mean? That's why I don't think it matters as much as best ball because at the end of the day, they had a bye week also, so it mattered to their points. They were just behind by X number, right?
Right. Sorry, I was on the clock, so I'm kind of like.
No, take your time. Look at your stuff.
For sure. I think there's a wide receiver drop off here. When I take, since it's best ball, let me get a chance. I'm not really doing good on my correlation here, but I feel like at least I'm building out some decent wide receivers. Nobody crazy special. I got to figure out how to pull this all together here. I kind of targeted some guys that had some like later quarterbacks that I could potentially stack. Christian Kirk, Jordan Love, Jared Goff. Obviously, I'm going to be fighting the Amon Ra and the Gibbs team for Goff. Trevor Lawrence has been going pretty late. Reed has been going in a decent spot. I still always have the Kirk Cousins Bijan potential stack there too if I need to pivot that way. So I feel like I've given myself here, since I'm through 7 rounds, I have my 5 wide receivers. I ended up taking the second running back, which means now I need to kind of focus on a quarterback and tight end possibly, or just completely punt tight end and see what happens here. I was going to see, I see Gator there. He looked like he was in some deep thought there in those lists. Hopefully he knows he's coming up in his picks. Okay, he came back. He's good. All right. He's back. You back? You ready?
Yeah, sorry. I don't know.
Okay.
Could you not hear my dogs just go stupid?
Oh no, I didn't hear it. I think we're all just super focused on what's going on right now.
Yeah.
It's hard to even have like any kind of like other thoughts even going on at the moment.
That was outside my neighborhood, honestly.
Somebody just knocked on my door. Like,
Oh,
it's
no way.
freaking midnight here.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's
doing?
super late. Yeah. Did
Back
you
off.
Uber Eats something over there, or what's going
No.
on?
Nope. As soon as I open the door, he's like, "Oh,
Oh,
I've got the wrong house." I'm like, "Yeah, you kind of do."
Yikes! Yeah, that wouldn't have been a nice door to open.
I don't go to the door without anything in my hand.
Yeah, I was gonna say like someone coming to the door. I was like, they'd be meeting me with something else if they were.
I had a
Oh,
list.
you guys got to tell me if we need to scroll down here. I'm in the chat. I don't know. We haven't really been getting too much of the chat. Appreciate you guys in the chat. You guys, I know we have a question in there, but we are doing we do all have 1.5 million on the line right here. So, I apologize to the chat in
to our
advance.
best ability.
Yeah, I apologize in advance. So what am I going to do here? This is an interesting spot. I like these running backs here, but I don't think I will get Jordan Love back. So I hate that I keep having to reach in this spot. He probably would have came back, but we shall see. But that opens me up to either Dobbs when I come back around or Wicks, which will give me that kind of double stack with Jaden Reed and Love. Although their week 17 is not great. I mean, against the Vikings at home in a dome, it's not bad. Actually, do like that Green Bay. All right. Anyway, talking out loud. Frank, who you going with? Stevenson? There you go. Got your RB2 going on. You're going with a lot of young guys in this one, huh? You're believing in that youth in this draft?
I just think that in New England specifically, they didn't improve the quarterback. And they're going to have to run the ball. And he's been pretty decent as a New England running back. And Belichick's not there anymore.
Yeah, I'm so interested. What are your thoughts on that, Gator? I'd like to get a new person's thoughts on New England this year. Are you fading, or you want to see what's going on for a year? What's the deal there?
I don't mind the wide receivers, but I got to fade everything else right now.
Okay.
Because look, there is so many question marks. We thought last year that tight end room was going to be the reassemblance of Gronk
don't say
and that guy. So we thought that's what's going to happen, and that didn't happen. Granted, I know it was Bill Belichick was still there, and now he's not, but there is still questions, and until I see it, fine. I've got to see it on the field first.
Yeah. I'll take some chances here and there, but I gotta see.
But I'm going to take the chances on the wide receiving room. I'm not taking
Demario Douglas.
Oh my God! Come on, Pop.
He's a piece that I'll take super late, or I mean, not in like redraft, but like best ball super late. You need that 8th, 9th wide receiver. Maybe he can put up some PPR points. Maybe score a touchdown or 2 here in a week on a bye week or something. But do you think the 2 rookies, Baker and Polk, beat him out?
I will. I'm surprised we haven't heard that he's got to play as a gunner.
Well, with all the special teams changes, it sounds like that's where Treylon Burks is headed, though.
Oh, that guy's still in the league?
He's a gunner. If you haven't heard. Oh, poor Burks, man. That goes down as like literally one of the worst trades in history. How do you trade Arthur Juan for Trey Burks, man?
But does it not feel bad that you've now been told by your coach you have to play as a gunner, not as a punt returner, but a gunner?
Right. Yeah. Not even the good position, right? Not the guy who gets the glory. You're just trying to go down and make a tackle. I mean, granted, I would do that if I was getting paid millions, but still.
That might be a reach. That might be a reach right there, going to Joshua Palmer in the 9th round. You must be setting something up. Well, I mean, it adds correlation to the Cortland Sutton. So
there you go.
That. But there's a very good possibility that he could be. Yes, we all know that he's at best a wide receiver 2. But there's a good possibility that in that offense he could be the wide receiver 1.
Yeah. I mean, as of right now, he technically is, right? I mean, we don't think McConkey's just the guy, right? I mean, he's good, but I don't think he's just going to walk into it right away. Yeah, and then there's Quentin Johnston.
Yeah, I got Ladd
big on him last year, but that didn't work out great either. That's almost like the second coming of Burks there. Hopefully he can turn it around. I mean, hopefully he can.
Palmer continued to produce again last year. So,
I mean, we all knew Mike Williams was getting hurt, which is why I was so big on QJ. Maybe not, I thought he'd be round into shape by the time he got hurt, but yeah. And then Keenan went down too, and he had a chance to do fantastic and still just couldn't get it together.
I might be the sole reason that Joshua Palmer's ADP rises.
It's like keeps taking him in the 8th and the 9th.
Yeah, well, I mean, at first I was getting him in like the 14th, 15th round, and I was like, okay, we started to start and move this thing up a little bit. Now I'm getting him in the 9th, and it's like, but his ADP is just completely risen. I mean, okay, I took him 6 spots ahead of ADP right here. But it's still ADP is in the freaking 10th round now.
Yeah. One I think too is like we're getting some people back, those dynasty. It's not all just dynasty heads. They're all coming back, so they're starting to see those values there. So here we go.
All right, Gator.
Yeah, I almost took your guy. I just don't.
I was gonna say, I was like, is he gonna do it to me?
No, I'm gonna.
But who did you have to
do this?
Correlate? Oh, okay.
I don't want to do that. I do. I'm gonna do it though. God damn it! No, I'm gonna do this if I can get there quick enough. I did.
Nice. There you go. I like that pick too. I do like that pick in best.
Again, it's a little bit over. It's a little bit over ADP, but he's not getting back to me. He shouldn't be getting back to me.
Right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a easy Caleb pick here for me, and then I could basically forget about quarterback for the rest of the draft. Or do I want to take Tajay Spears here? Yeah, Caleb's not going to come back. I at least have to have that correlation. They do get Seattle, I believe, week 17. Yeah.
Yeah, I looked at Tajay as well, and I just thought about it. I was like, I got freaking 4 I got 3 running backs right now, and I have no Tennessee correlation. So it was like, and I know correlation isn't the end all be all, but it's
right. Again, it's what it takes, to win these. If you're not thinking about it to win these tournaments, then it is what it is. I would have had a little bit of correlation there with because I did take Christian Kirk, who I'm pretty high on this year. Like I think he's gonna have a great year with
my stack
Ridley gone.
Tua Tagovailoa, so I ended up pulling up too many stacks, 2 stacks, I think.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so you just basically did like me. Yeah, just forget quarterback
Devon
now.
Achane and Tyreek Hill, and I got Mahomes with Kelsey.
So, no, you're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
I had to completely. I hate that Tyler. I feel like I'm Tyler Conklin's reason why his ADP has risen. I think I said at the beginning of the show or before we even went live, I was like, he's my most owned guy. Just so you guys know, if Conklin hits, I'm pretty much probably printing money at that point.
Because of me. Because of me. I tried to tell you.
Right. That's the one. Just as far as pure value, I don't think he's really going to do anything, but I mean, it's just it makes it too easy there. Considering I'd just throw a guy in the tight end spot if you're not getting one of those top guys. So, and I could have waited and got Trevor. I don't know. I just need to start hammering some running backs here. If I can get this guy, I'll be happy.
That's what I was looking at next. I only got 2 RBs.
And there he goes. Damn it. Jerome Ford. Thoughts on Jerome Ford?
Had him on my list as well.
Yeah, he was my next pick right there.
We'll see what's going to happen with Nick Chubb.
24. Yeah, that's why I don't think he's, dude, that was, he's not coming back early. And if he is, it's going to be a split, if that, and just his chances of re-injury. Plus he's already older anyway. I mean, I love the guy.
Yeah, but that injury was so gruesome. Brutal. Probably will never be the Nick Chubb that we know.
That's what I mean.
But
that's
Jerome Ford's going to play to start with. It's just going to be a matter of how long does that happen. But when you look at what that guy's put together with Zamir White, Javonte Williams, Gus Edwards, Jerome Ford, I mean, he's got an injury riddled running back room. So he should have probably taken another running back other than Jerome Ford to make sure he's going to have a running back at the end of this season, but that's beside the point. Whatever.
Yeah. Oh, this guy took Wicks from me. Is this really going to be an Austin Eckler team? The Cowboys, I don't really have any correlation, but I don't have anybody else I like here.
Don't you?
I got to do it. Sorry, okay. Gator.
I don't care. No, that's not the.
Oh, okay. All right. I was like, no, I got.
I'm going to do something here just for correlation because I've got multiple. When you look at correlation, again, like I said, it's not just week 16.
Right.
So I've got some KC. I've got some Miami. I think right here, I go ahead and correlate that and go ahead and get Jerry Jeudy here, which a lot of people are low on this year. I still think wide receiver 2 out of that offense. And with wide receiver 1 upside, even though that Amari Cooper is there, we saw it last year. David Njoku was good as hell.
He was on
with everybody but Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. Like literally everyone, every other quarterback but Watson. He's the only one in that offense that I'm worried about.
Right.
Honestly, like I'm fine with Coop. I'm fine with Jeudy where they're going as far as their ADP. As you could tell, I love Ford at his ADP. I think everyone's sleeping on him because they keep drafting Nick Chubb ahead of him. And then Njoku, again, he got me 42nd place. So I just naturally you have that affinity for him the next year.
Yep.
And he's that lower end of the top tier or that mid tier type tight end where you get him at a good cost, not too late, but not too early. And yeah, Watson's the only one that basically I'm not touching. But he's the one who has to pull it all together. So I hope he does well enough to make all the other pieces come together. I was on Watson last year just again because of the price and what his potential was. But after we saw what we saw, I don't know if there's really coming back from that much. And they're saying he's not even like fully really healed right now. Like he's still modified throwing and still kind of recovering. So that just worries me.
But Jameis Winston likes throwing the ball all over the field. He doesn't care who's out.
That is why I even like Judy, because if he goes down, then we're getting Winston, and then it's Flacco 2.0.
Yes.
Oh, so well said. Well said.
30 for 30.
Right? 30 touchdowns, 30 picks.
As long as all 30 go to Jerry Judy.
Right. And it's in 10 weeks too, like 30 and 30 in 10 weeks.
and week 15, 16, 17 are included in those.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's the back 10. Yeah, he'll take over about week 8, week 9, somewhere in there.
Somebody that this guy just keeps falling. I just gotta can't pass it up. I mean, I know that there's other players there, but Jahan Watson is falling way too far.
Yeah. I was so big on him. I think we had this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he was such a fan. I think I can go some Zeke here with that Dallas-Washington correlation. I do need another running back. I'm not a crazy fan of Zeke. It's either Zeke or Dowdle.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're not making any other moves. Hopefully, Zeke could just give me some touchdowns.
God, if they make a move and they screw every freaking one of us.
Right? It's going to be terrible.
They're waiting to week 1.
Right?
God. Yeah, they're going to wait till week 1 and go get like Alvin Kamara or something.
Right? Just a super trade just out of nowhere.
It's fucking just like, fuck, we're all in.
Like, they didn't even try to go get Eckler.
Miller. Wow.
Eckler signed for like nothing. And they had no running backs. Like, why didn't they go get Eckler? Eckler would have loved to play.
They didn't have any money, Anthony. They have no money.
But Eckler signed for no money, unfortunately. Obviously, great friend of the show. You guys have seen the intro. Big Eckler fan. But he signed for basically nothing in Washington. And not even as a RB1 role. Like, he's coming in purely as like the 2, the scat back, the third down kind of guy.
Yeah.
And it's not like,
by the way, his RB1 there in Washington, is he still on the board? Because it's ridiculous how far as he's fallen sometimes.
Yes. I have so many shares of B-Rob. He is off the board. Here's my other guy. I might take one more running back if we get to that point. Where am I? Oh, I need tight ends. That's what's going on.
Yeah, that's just what
I was like, why do I feel so ahead? Oh, I haven't taken one tight end yet.
Yeah, I haven't.
I'm actually behind.
Yeah.
Damn it. Oh, there's nothing left. All right, I'm going to have to take Hail Mary shots here with Hunter Henry, K. Dotton, and Conklin, my little trio here.
Let me go get
Let me go get a couple of these.
Let me go get a couple of these.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I mean, I'll go with any of them. Yeah, I don't even care. Like, I'll take any of them. And then I even have backups in case that happens. You know, you got your Jatavion Sanders way down here. And then I got my real big sleeper, my Theo Johnson, way down there, just in case, I really want to punt tight end. So, yeah, I got some options.
Get some sharks in here tonight. How many freaking 1, 2, 3? Only 4
there's
badges.
A couple badges in there, right?
Jesus.
Oh, we gotta.
I feel like I build a queue and they go by as soon as I put them on the queue, and I'm going down the board. It's like I'm picking the top guys.
That's how you know it's good. That's how you know it's good. All right, so that should get us right there. Let's
Frank, are you still here?
Yeah.
You good, Frank?
Yeah.
He's in deep thought over there.
I was just about to make my pick. Now you want to talk to me?
He's like, you guys want to shut up first.
Yeah.
And then
all
I'm
the other time when I could talk,
clock.
I'm like over here on the clock.
Our bad, Frank. Our bad.
No worries. I was just
I'm just guys, man.
I got my drink in me right now. I'm feeling good. I got some stuff going on. Ooh, there goes Chubb finally. Again, one of the few drafts where Chubb goes off the board, but even still the 13th, that's still early to me. Still early.
I don't know. I've seen some video that he's been on the sideline. Again, you're talking about now. Let's look at that though. Let me go back and look. Yeah. So look at this. He's got Saquon. He's got David Montgomery. He's got Kendra.
I'm gonna reach it here.
He can go get Nick Chubb right here.
Yeah.
And so that makes
pay off
more sense. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If he does come back for those end weeks, 15, 16, 17, he can be in good shape. So I made one of my little reach picks there. Everybody else is reaching. Why not me? Let me go grab some Jaleel McLaughlin just in case the reports are true about if Javonte is even going to make the team. New regime.
I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna go ahead and
see
get
it.
a. I'm gonna go ahead and do a rookie. Get a rookie on the board.
Oh, see, I was
There
looking
you
for
go.
him also. Since you were talking
Oh no,
about
that's your
handcuffing
handcuff.
the
You
guy.
didn't want him. No, see, you didn't want him. You
I
don't
know,
want
I
to
know.
handcuff him.
Well-
See, he's betting against your team right now. He's like,
No.
Uh,
I'm betting against that 3 games that Raheem Mostert's gonna miss, and I'm also betting against
that H-An's going to miss.
Well, and Mostert's gonna miss 3 games at least.
He's the only one that
H-An
stayed healthy last year.
H-An,
Out of all
well,
the guys.
yeah, but he's 67 years old. He's not
That's
gonna
a-
stay healthy.
But he didn't
every
play for his first, like, that's what people don't realize. That dude only has like 300 total career carries. And like 200 plus of them came last year.
And
He couldn't
last
stay
year was-
healthy ever before.
Last year was his first year he was ever healthy.
That's why he was good to go.
Right.
He's like basically a sophomore.
Don't
As
get
a
me wrong.
Niners fan, man, oh my God.
Don't
It
get me
sucked to
wrong.
see it finally happen. You know what I mean?
Most of it's probably going to end up as RB, 11, 12, like he did last year. He was what, RB 5 last year. So,
2 in some formats with all those touchdowns.
yeah. So they're going to give him an opportunity. They're going to give,
Dude, reach for Aaron Rodgers.
yeah, they're going to
Okay,
give
come on,
Jalen
the
Wright.
dog, my guy's
Damn.
gone. Sorry.
Damn, I'm on the clock again.
Yeah,
Jesus
I'm like, fuck yeah.
Christ,
They
I
were
hate
flying
this
by
fucking
right
shit
now.
here.
I had Bateman
Ooh.
take off. I was looking at him.
Oh, Bateman went already? Oh,
Yeah,
he
he
did.
just-
He
he
was
just got
queued up
taken.
for me.
Yeah.
All right, we're
Oh,
in
he
a
would've
room
got
with some
to me
and
anyways
this
then.
guy.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
was
he
like,
don't even
"Hey,
have a
shit."
badge yet. I feel like I'm so close to my badge.
All right, fucking, I'm reaching. That's
Oh, there you go.
Wilson.
that is strictly a correlation pick, and I know it's early, but fuck it, I'm gonna.
Hey, sometimes,
there.
hey, the way this draft is going right now, like everyone's like reaching big time.
Yeah,
Well,
you
I
got
think
a
that's a
big
funny
guy.
thing too. Is we're starting
You know,
to
as
see
somebody-
a lot of the casuals come back. So the
I think-
drafts, you like we were talking about earlier,
Yeah.
you were going to be doing the one draft, and that thing filled up quick. And now we're having to do this, but some of the casuals are coming back. It's getting to that that June, July area where we got to get
Mhm.
ready for redraft season.
Hey, this is the time.
What better way to get ready for redraft than a little bit of best ball?
Right? Hasn't the Best Ball Mania winner so far always drafted their team in June? I think it's always been in June,
I
The
know.
winner. unless
I know
last year.
that-
Didn't you just have the winner on your show?
No. I had the Scott Fishbowl winner.
Oh, it was Scott Fishbowl winner. Okay.
I know when oh my lord, not last year's winner, it was the year before, I believe it was. God dang, his name's right on the tip of my tongue now. I can't think of his name.
Mm.
He drafted his in June.
Okay. That was 2 years ago?
Would
Two
have been-
seasons
yeah,
ago?
yeah. Best Ball 3 or
Maybe
Best Ball
that's what I
Mania
was thinking.
3 was in June for sure. I think a lot
That's
of
what it was.
them have because of the value you can get later.
Right. It's like right in that sweet spot like that.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I'll try to Google that. What's going on? How you feeling about your team over there, Frank? Oh, look at see.
I'm
Chat
looking
says
good. I'm just trying to pull
Frank
up
is
some guys.
focused.
Yeah, I got nothing to say really.
Frank's taking down this 1.5 million right now.
I'm looking at that. I'm feeling pretty good about my team, honestly.
Yeah, we should definitely
Right now,
like
I'm just looking at
label
another
the
wide
teams.
receiver, another tight end, really.
You should definitely label the teams like the stream you did it on.
Oh yeah, so you can go back in
You
case
can
it
go
was
back
it.
and be like, okay, I got to give Anthony a little bit of change. I got to give Frank a little bit of change.
Right?
It's 1.5 million.
Yeah.
Like, let me just drop them a Venmo real quick. Don't even fucking label
Right?
the Venmo.
Just bring like, oh, where'd this come from?
oh,
All right.
250K.
Thanks. I know, right? Hey, thanks.
can't even-
Appreciate that.
I can't even withdraw all that much.
Right? You have to do that in a couple different accounts.
just go ahead
Split that
and
thing
DM.
up.
Yeah, go ahead and DM
Yeah.
Frank. Hey,
Like,
thanks,
why'd you
buddy.
send this to me here?
Nope. I'm not asking why. No, don't be stupid.
No, I
Say
mean, why'd you
thanks.
send it here? Send it to the account in the Caymans.
Right?
And then
Give
Frank's
me the heads
response-
up when you're sending me
Frank-
something like that. I'll be like, oh,
Frank-
we're gonna go through the back channels over here.
Frank's response. And of course, it's going to come up like with ... This is an auto response ... I am sorry, I am unavailable.
Oh man.
Loading.
Where are we at? Ooh. Do I have to go tight end again here? Where are we at?
I was looking at tight end right now too, man.
It's Conklin time, baby. I'm telling you. This is going to be like 75% target share. Or target share. I just looked at it when I opened it up. It's like draft share. I think I have him. I literally have him on 3 out of 4 teams.
I was looking at Ben
Ratio.
up and he'd come back to me. I don't think anybody's going to be really taking him.
He wasn't there. That's not even correlation. That's just to get a tight end on the board. That
Yeah,
I
that's
think
just
might
to
be
get a
able to
tight
put
end
up
for me.
points. Yeah. Sorry. All right, where am I at? I don't know how I feel exactly about this team. 2-5-6-2. I do need to see what I can throw together here as far as wide receivers. Ooh, see, we're all in it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where my correlation is going to come in for some of these players right here, but I got to go find.
Yeah, I like that Sanders. Pick there. You have to throw Theo Johnson out there. Just hope that Drew Lock takes over there in New York.
Well, here's the thing with Sanders, for me at least. I got Jake Ferguson over 100 targets, receptions last year. That's my stud. He could be back in a tight end 1, so tight end 9 to 12, somewhere in that
right.
range. And then Sanders, we don't know what that's going to turn into. If I can use him for that 1 week, or if that turns into him also being a top end, right? Now I feel like just like the Jalen Hurts going at QB. I'd like to get another tight end just to be on the safe side, but I don't feel like I have to go get another tight end.
Right.
I have to get another tight end. I only have 2.
Frank's like, I'm there. What are your preferred builds? What do you go 3 quarterback, 3 tight end?
No.
Okay. One or the other, right?
It's usually like a 2 quarterback, 2 tight ends, and then I fill in from there. I usually don't like to go much more than 5 quarterback or 5 running backs rather, and just fill in with a shit pile of wide receivers.
Okay.
But I'm finding myself doing a little bit more, trying to get a little bit more on the running backs, because players like this right here, that I don't care his age. He's 1 play away from being. One play away from being the starter. Singletary's a great player, but if he goes down for anything, and Tyrone Tracy's a bigger dude, it's very possible that he could be the goal line guy. And if I'm getting 2 touchdowns, and again, it's a Giants offense, whatever. You get 2 touchdowns, in a week out of him.
Win you the week.
He could win you the week
as your RB 5 or 6. I mean, that's great.
Right.
That's what you're looking for. Yeah. I for the same thoughts, if I don't get Bateman, I usually go after Devontae Walker here. I feel like that's just a nice little dart throw. Obviously, only Zay Flowers kind of really ahead there. Opportunity could come knocking there late. I don't need him early. You can have one of those Amon-Ra finishes. But again, that's the story you tell yourself with any late wide receiver that you're drafting, right? Any late rookie, right?
I think that's like you brought up at the very beginning. Oh no, did he just go?
Let's check Marvin Mims.
Oh, your guy Malik Washington right here? Is that
no, freaking Jalen McMillan. Why the hell is he McMillan early? That could be a league winner. That sucks.
I remember I was watching a show where you talked about him. Ever since that show, I've always had my eye on him.
That's a dude that, that's a guy that, if the chat doesn't know, he was the wide receiver 1 at Washington, gets injured, and we wouldn't even know who the fuck Jalen Polk is if it wasn't for Jalen McMillan getting injured. props to Jalen Pope for taking the reins and doing what he did, but Jalen McMillan just way better of a player, way better route runner. It is what it is. I can't believe he's went off the board. Somebody's been listening.
Yeah, that's usually an 18 round. Yeah, that's like a 17, 18 rounder right there. I mean, we're on the 16, but yeah, it's still a little round early.
Yeah. And now I'm fucking confused because I have no idea where I'm going.
He was like, that one got me. The other ones you're able to pivot from, but yeah, when it's this late, how do you get sniped in the 16th round, Gator? That's hard.
It's fucking horrible. It does things to your inner
There's
body.
nothing worse than that. Like 16 round, like I'll just grab a guy.
Yeah, like I had him in my queue. I'm like, where the hell did he go? He's gone.
Damn, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. Oh man. Yeah, so I think I got mine set up here. I got my last 2 picks pretty much queued up, obviously, unless you guys snipe me. I'm looking at some combination right here. Tyler Boyd, get a little bring back with that Jacksonville, Tennessee week 17 correlation.
You better get him right now because I just put him up.
Oh, did you really? Oh, yeah. I only said that because I saw that you were behind me, and that's why I said if I get sniped by Frank here, that's all right. But he shouldn't.
I was looking at Zay Jones.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead and say. Really, you need a running, but that's. Oh no, you went early. You went your 2 running backs early, so you're probably good, huh? Yeah, you got HN and. Yeah, you probably want to get at least a 5th running back, but yeah, there's not really too much out there right now.
Yeah, the running backs are kind of bare.
My late picks right here that I kind of look at, like that Keaton Mitchell. I've been seeing his ADB kind of come up a little bit. Again, when you're just getting him this late to have that potential type of, again, who knows if he'll be even that explosive coming off his, again, you want to talk about gruesome, devastating knee injury to a guy who was just about to take over. You imagine where do you think Keaton Mitchell would be going right now had he finished how he was going? Where do you think he would be drafted in that Baltimore offense?
Man, it's hard to say because if
Dobbins and Gus gone.
Well, you got to preface it with if they hadn't also brought in.
Well, Henry, yeah, that's what I mean. Obviously, because I think they don't bring in Henry if Mitchell's good, right?
No, I think they still do.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because I think there's a ton of other places that I would have paid Henry, but obviously the opportunity there.
No, Henry
is why he went to go in.
I think Henry's list, short list was very, very short. There was probably like 2 or 3 teams that was on his list. He wanted to win a championship and wanted to be on it.
You don't think he would have went to Dallas if Keaton Mitchell was there? He could have went to Dallas.
What do you want to do with that jungle? I mean, listen.
Go in Jerry World.
Jesus Christ. Everybody that's ever been in that stadium, even during game day, has even said this, including players. What a disaster. What a clusterfuck.
Oh, man. So if you just end up leaving this stream, Gator, that's
you got to be ready for the show. You got to be ready for the show. This guy.
If you just end up getting disconnected here, yeah, that's all Frank.
Can you imagine? Like,
he's like, we're not friends anymore.
No,
here I'm starting to like you. No,
I mean this seriously though. Can you imagine as a professional athlete being trotted out through a bar?
It is the weirdest thing.
Go out to the field. That is exactly what it is.
It's not even like a tunnel. Like they're literally just like, this is the space.
You're walking.
Yeah, they're just walking through.
Is a bar, and
that's the best thing ever, man.
Well, for fans, absolutely, not for players.
What do you think they get paid for?
Not for players.
They get paid for the show, man.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly what multiple players have said. I felt like a dog and pony show.
Oh man, I love it.
And Jerry was like, "Yes,
in heaven right now.
You are." What the hell?
Oh man, see, I'm surprised. See, Dustin's in the chat. I'm surprised he's not throwing up some chats now. Here, need to have Cowboy Nation come to your defense here, Frankie.
Right?
Because even Cowboy Nation knows. Facts.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
Odell?
With your little Miami correlation there. And then I think I'm gonna end with Theo. Gesicki's interesting, but let's go Theo. Opportunity to start. get on the field. I like opportunity. I don't even know who they even play. Oh, the Colts. That's not too bad. December 29th, the weather's probably going to be terrible. But that's all right. Oh, man.
I thought about going out there and getting one more tight end, but most of my builds are like I said, two quarterback, 2 tight end. I try to keep it.
You just roll with it.
Yeah, I try to keep it. Well, if I can get what I would consider a stud, right, at tight end, or and quarterback. If I fade them too far, there it is. Yes, understood. However, I do have to tell you, if you're ever in Dallas, you can go to the stadium and they do a phenomenal. They've got 2 different things, 2 different packages you can do or choose from to tour the stadium. You can tour it by yourself or you can tour it with a guide. And cool. Touring it by yourself is probably it's the way I did it. It was freaking phenomenal. Got to go through the locker room, the press area, do that little walk between the bars that the players do that you like, what the fuck? And even as a fan, I'm like, what the fuck? All these people are yelling. And there was nobody in there. It was just loud music, whatever. Probably like normal.
Oh man.
But no, that was an awesome experience was doing that. Because
cool.
I've as a Bucs
You've
fan,
done that tour too, right?
Oh yeah.
Frank? Yeah.
So as a Bucs fan, I've done the one at Raymond James down in Tampa, and cool as fuck. But Dallas is just, it's Jerry's World. You get the TV and all that mess. Just an absolute wonderful.
The
wonderful
campus itself is just amazing.
Yeah,
right?
freaking. You drive up and you're like, yeah, that's a spaceship.
That's what I said, man. They're there for the show, man.
It is. It is.
And you wonder, and now the rest of the story. 1995.
20 years later, right? 20 years
doesn't
later,
matter, man.
It's all good.
So I'm sorry.
I'm right there with you, though.
I wasn't trying to. I wasn't
right
trying
there
to
with you.
Friend you, Frank. I really wasn't.
No, that's okay.
That was like the best 67 seconds of my life. That was amazing. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that for sure.
So want to recap some of the teams here?
It's not a short anymore, Anthony. It's not a short at 67 seconds.
Right? That was just pure goodness. All right, so let's take this thing. Let's bring it up here. Let's just we'll go through our teams here really quick. Where are we at time wise? Okay, we just hit an hour. We could take just a few minutes to go through our teams. Yeah. So Frank, go ahead. Read off your team here, and then just give us your quick thoughts. How you feel about it?
All right. So I went Tyreek Hill number 1. Just sticking to the wide receiver situation at that point. And then I went with Devon Achane number 2, only to stack, as well as it was the best, I think, player at the time. I was looking at, Mike Evans, Devontae Smith, and Debo, but I just felt Achane would have been a better pick, and to stack as well. Then I went with Malik Neighbors, just keep going with those wide receivers. Then I took Travis Kelce, which is basically a wide receiver as well. I kind of look at that in that position. And I think, him dropping in the 4th like that is a good spot. Third tight end off the board at that point, or 2nd, I'm sorry. It was a good spot. And then I stacked him with Mahomes on the way back. So I was happy to get that little stack right there, mini stack in the middle of the draft. Then I had to hammer some wide receivers, on that in Ladd McConkey and Jackson Smith and Njigba. Hopefully he gets an opportunity this year to get out behind those shadows.
Slot role might be good in that offense this year. I'm starting to warm up to JSN a little bit here.
Yeah, so I'm hoping I'm taking a shot there. So, at that point, I felt like I just needed to get some running backs, because a lot of them fell off the board at that point. And
look at that run.
Too long.
Look at that run.
So I wanted Ramondre Stevenson there. I just feel like, New England's going to be able to run the ball better. He even shouldered the load last year, surprisingly enough to me. I think, I felt more comfortable with taking him. Curtis Samuel over at Buffalo. He's doing some nice things over there. I think that everybody's kind of overshadowing him. And I think that, they're going to be surprised that he can be, good production there in Buffalo. Then I got the stack with Tua here because I ended up with all the Miami guys and Tyreek Hill and Devon Achane, so I had to get the Tua stack. Then I had went with Blake Corum and Rico Dowdle, so I had to round out the running back situation. So I felt it's a time to get hopefully some starters and Rico Dowdle. Blake Corum has a good opportunity there with the Rams. Luke Musgrave there over at Green Bay with Jordan Love. Late pick of a tight end because again I had Kelsey, so I really wasn't worried about the position too much. And I ended up just taking Stafford. I don't usually stack like 3 quarterbacks, but I've seen so many get hurt. And what if Tua goes down? I felt comfortable to have Stafford there because Tua's had concussion problems.
If you're ever going to get a third quarterback, it's because you have Tua possible.
Yeah, what I mean. I just felt like I just needed to back that up. You know what I mean? Then I reached a little bit for Luke McCaffrey, but I like that guy. He's my guy. I've been trying to trade for him, but can't get it done. Marvin Mims last year
means you don't like him enough, Frank. You got to spend it.
That's right.
Send that offer.
I feel like I'm getting
buy him. Get your guy. Call your shot.
I can't overpay. I'm not overpaying. Marvin Mims, last year he was, he's doing good. I think he might have an opportunity to break out this season. Zay Jones has another shot as well, and Chase Claypool as well. Here rounded out with like 4 wide receivers in a row, all of them with good upside. So that's where I went.
There it is. All right. So Gator, let's go ahead and run down your team real quick here, and from the 8th spot.
Yeah, this one here, I actually feel really, really damn good about this team coming out of the 8th spot here. A lot of correlation throughout throughout the fantasy playoffs here. Starting off with AJ Brown, Jalen Waddle, Kyron Williams, stacking them with Jalen Hurts, Isaiah Pacheco, Joe Mixon, Jake Ferguson. Again, like I said, there's a lot of correlation. The main thing I did was the Philly, Dallas, but I added in Pittsburgh, a little bit of Miami with Houston. Rams play Arizona, so I added that a little bit late. KC with Pittsburgh and Cleveland, as well as Miami with Cleveland and Houston. So there's a lot of intertwined correlation with this. Getting Joe Mixon, Jake Ferguson. Then I added, for some ungodly reason, Cortland Sutton because, well, you got to add the old man in there somewhere.
Right.
Joshua Palmer, threw him in there. Brandon Cooks again. Jerry Jeudy getting a little bit of that Cleveland. Jahan Dotson, just adding a little bit of Washington to the Philly-Dallas correlation there.
Super late.
Got him in the 12th round. Again, another Miami guy in the 13th round, and Jalen Wright. So a dart throw right there. Another dart throw with Michael Wilson in the 14th round. But again, it makes sense because it's correlation. This is what you do with best ball, right? You tell yourself a story on why every person can make sense. It would not make sense there for me to go and get a Hunter Henry or a TJ Hawkinson or a Chuba Hubbard who all came after.
Right.
Hell, it wouldn't have made sense for me to go get Rashad Bateman at that point. But Jatavion Sanders is the one that doesn't make sense in this correlation.
Sometimes you just need a tight end.
I had to get a tight end right there. And
we do have to start one.
Yeah.
Right? There's a bye week that's going to happen.
Yeah. And I wasn't, yes. Okay. I could have gone and got Ben Sinnott. Okay. I'd rather have Jatavion Sanders.
Yeah, me too, a little bit. Yeah.
We don't know what that Washington offense is going to be, especially with the tight end room. Threw it in, just throwing this out there. I needed a little bit of Pittsburgh. I went ahead and threw in Russell Wilson. Hopefully, I only need him for that week 5 bye week.
Hopefully, he's still starting by week 5.
Okay.
I'm just messing
Frank, you got the button. Can you do that button thing where you get him off the screen?
Right. I'll remove myself.
That's right. There you go. Now, Frank. So then I turn around and go.
Oh, man.
A little Odell Beckham at the end there. Get a little bit of Miami in there. I've got a little bit of Houston, a little bit of Cleveland, a little bit of Miami, a little bit of Dallas, a little bit of Philly, Washington, a little bit of Pittsburgh, KC, all of that, all of those 7 or 8 teams all intertwined during the playoffs.
Very nice.
There you go.
Well done. So if you guys are going to follow anybody's draft advice here, go with Gator. Because when we go through my team here, it was really no rhyme or reason. I was just pulling guys that I liked at that ADP, and hopefully that's enough to win me this 1.5 million. But no, I mean, I decided to go obviously with the anchor RB build here out of the 7th spot. I had Bijan fall to me. Obviously could have went, with the receiver there, or even Brees, but I decided to go with Bijan.
You like Bijan better than Brees?
Yeah. I just think he's that. I mean, they're both that guy. I just think, there's potential that could happen. He could truly be RB1. I mean, same thing with Brees. I really tell a lot of people.
I like Brees over Bijan.
They're really the same guy to me. I just honestly, what broke it was I prefer the earlier bye week. That week 12 bye week could be a little brutal to have your number 1 pick, that late if you need those points. So I'd rather take that bye week early.
Get out of the way.
Actually, no, I think they're both on a week. Aren't they both week 12? I think I like a lot of week 12 guys. Either way. Then when I went Chris Olave here, like I said, as I was kind of making the pick, I wasn't thrilled, not to be able to get a quarterback stack there, but we did talk about, me being able to get Kamara down here at pick 66 at the 6-6. So I was able to get that correlation there. DJ Moore, I just think he, has a chance to put up some good numbers this year at his price. Christian Kirk, same thing. I think he could be target hog, over 120 plus targets if he still stays healthy. I was able to correlate that late with, I believe, who did they play down here? Dallas, I believe it is, in one of the playoff weeks there, week 16, I think it is. So I was able to kind of bring that back a little bit there. And then just Jaden Reed. At that point, that's when I realized, okay, I'm going to start targeting Jordan Love. Just based on that, I felt like he was the kind of highest upside quarterback that I could get, stacked with the receivers that I had, chosen. And I was able to get him as my 4th wide receiver. So basically, I just kind of kept my eye on Jordan Love there. His ADP was a little later. I did have to reach for him, but just to, my whole build was basically built off that there.
Again, right?
Exactly. So then I was able to pull Kamara on there. So now I'm sitting with Kamara and Bijan. Guys that I think are going to be good. It is half PPR, not full PPR, but I still think, they could be just nice RB1 and RB2s, obviously, if they stay healthy. So at that point, then I'm like, okay, now I don't really need to take, running backs really more in this area. As you see that whole, RB run and everything like that, since I was pretty good at that early Kamara pick, I just kind of had to start alternating wide receiver, and I wanted to get that quarterback in there, getting Caleb at 114 to correlate with DJ Moore there. So I was able to bring that stack into the play as well. And then again, we talked about this Washington little stack here late. So to grab Austin and Zeke, just guys that I don't think are, sexy on their own. I just need them to hopefully for a week when these guys are on a bye, just to kind of fill in. Jaleel McLaughlin, I think he's kind of my RB5 that I feel like could be potentially an RB1 in that offense, given a couple weeks. I don't need it right away, but that's kind of that later play later in the year. Should anything happen to Williams there. And then I forgot that I, hadn't taken a tight end at this point. So went Hunter Henry and Tyler Conklin. Yeah, back to back, just grab my 2 guys. I've kind of just, been there. Obviously, Conklin with 87 targets exactly for the last 3 years. And that's basically with, Zach Wilson and a bunch of other people, White and a couple of these other guys at quarterback. So, obviously with Rodgers, I'm hoping that, works out well there. Then I just kind of took a shot here on Devontae Walker. Just kind of needed a wide receiver at this point. Didn't really like anyone else really on the board. Thought he has an opportunity to get, a good amount of targets here and be a starter potentially over Bateman if Bateman doesn't work out with his hype right now. And then I just brought back that Tennessee, I think it was the Tennessee Washington correlation there. And then again, I just felt like I needed a 3rd tight end. So I went and took Theo Johnson, who could potentially start with the Waller retirement. So that's my team rounded out.
Nice.
So there we go. That was the thought process behind it. So hopefully we're good there. Oh, Albert, he was in here. I swear I know he's a degenerate because every stream he's on, I'm on, and vice versa.
He's in every one. He's in every streams. I love that guy.
He's like the number 1 fan of all podcasts, man. I appreciate that guy. Absolutely.
We gotta check
I don't
back
even
at the
know if he
year,
has
see
a
where we're
sleeper
at.
handle, if he even like mocks with us. I don't know the difference between his sleeper and YouTube, or if he even does sleeper, but this dude has probably like watched every single one of our podcasts and always says what's up live. So
Albert,
I appreciate him.
If you are in the chat, please drop your sleeper handle. I want to get you on some of the mocks that we do. So
Yeah, we gotta. I just want to mock with him, right? I just want to know. Watch him be somebody we mock with all the time too, and be like, "Oh, that's the same guy."
Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, it's like, so I can't even like guess like somebody, but he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm this guy." Like, oh, okay, great. That's why I like to just, I'm Rastafarian across all platforms. If you see Rastafarian like 9 times out of 10 or like 99 times out of 100, it's me. if you see it. So yeah. All right. So we're getting about 1:15 here, man. Let's bring this thing down. We'll start wrapping this thing up.
Am I doing another one?
Oh, Frank, if you want to go do another one, man, I got to get going. But you're good tonight. All right. We'll throw everybody to you. If you're gonna fire one up, you can go get in there. We'll let you go, Gator. Just shut her down. Lock her up when you're done.
It was just a joke.
Oh man, I was like, let's do it, man. Oh man, but no, man. So of course, we're gonna give you the floor like we always do, man. Let the people know where they can find you, man. Some more of your content and all that good stuff. So here you go.
You can follow me on Twitter at FantasyJ77. Club Fantasy FFL. That's where everything comes out. Doing mock shows Monday nights, doing best ball Tuesday nights. That's pretty much what I got going on. Tomorrow night we are doing a high stakes on FFPC.
Yeah,
125 buy-in.
Nice.
We're gonna be battling with the deep end FF guys. So Stacy and I are gonna be drafting over there and giving Adam and the boys a little bit of hell.
Very nice. Very nice. Tell Stacy I said hi, of course. I'll have to drop her a line over there as well. But yeah, man. So that's good stuff. Again, make sure you guys go check it out. Hopefully after we're done, like drop your link in the comment section so we can get the folks to shoot over the subs. If you guys aren't subbed over there to Club Fantasy, man, make sure you guys do. Of course, we know all of our degenerates that love mocking. You just get more mocking over there with you guys as well, man. Oh, yeah. So that's why we come together so much. We have a lot of common interests here. Right. So this is what we like to do for you guys, man. So let's get it done, man. Again, Club Fantasy FFL, throw in the chat. Make sure you guys go throw them a sub and let them know Get Right sent you. So yes. So Frank, let's round it out, man. Tell us you round out the outros. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, we wanted to make sure we, give our plugs to the new additions to the network in Kendra Vanderbilt and the Fantasy Football Tavern. So if you're looking to enjoy some hot takes and cold beers, be sure to turn into Kendall with the Fantasy Football Tavern. Then we also got Phil Ruskin, right, with the extra point. So everyone likes scoring touchdowns. You got to come out and kick the extra point. So tune in to the extra point with Phil Ruskin live on Thursdays because the extra point can be the difference between a win or a loss. So you even got the little you didn't get the logos up there. You got to get the little.
Oh yeah, my bad. I was slacking on the production. I'm still running through that 1.5 million in my head right now. Like, what could I have done differently? let's have all that stuff happen. I'm trying to tell myself that story. So yeah, there we go. One big thing too.
Oh, go ahead.
Hold on, I gotta get one more thing out there while we got everybody, all the viewership in here now. If you guys are not in Scott Fishbowl right now, I know Frank's not, but Gator's in there, obviously. So we're trying to get Frank in. He's been trying a couple years. We're trying to get him in. He doesn't do the Twitter thing, so it's been a little tough. Okay. But we got him signed up this year, so we're trying to get him out there. So we're trying to see what we can do. But Scott was so gracious enough to be able to let us here at Get Right Fantasy Network give out a golden ticket. I can't just give it to my boy Frank, of course. Us here at Get Right aren't eligible. But there's tons of ways, of course, he can win his spot. And we've been telling him, get involved with fantasycares.org, both on Twitter, as well as their YouTube, Fantasy Cares. Make sure you guys go donate. That's the number one purpose of this thing. It is a charity league, one of the biggest charity leagues, most famous fantasy football tournament, where basically every industry analyst, actors, athletes, musicians, celebrity, thousands of fantasy football fans are playing in the spirit of charity and doing good. That's what it's all about. So make sure you guys go donate over there, fantasycares.org. The links are down in the description of this video. So make sure you get that done. And if you want to win your spot, like I said, we are giving out a golden ticket this Friday the 21st. If you know people that want to get in, tell them to leave a hashtag SFB14 in one of our comments of our videos or in a live chat, which will earn you an extra entry when we do the race on Friday. And then, of course, make sure you're signed up at scottfishbowl.com for the SFB14. Make sure you're subscribed, of course, to Get Right Fantasy Network, as well as the Extra Point and the Fantasy Football Tavern. And again, just leave that hashtag SFB14. So if you're listening right now, drop that SFB14 in the chat, and we'll get you guys entered into that race, and make sure you tune in on Friday, because I want the winner to be present.
What Frank needs to do is go create like 4 accounts right now on YouTube. Claim that it's his stepchild's son's daughter.
Right.
They're just making big
and get in there, right? Start hashtagging everything.
Just do.
Start donating daily.
And I'm glad you said that, because that's one way you will guarantee you not to get an SFB. Obviously, it's encouraged, and that's what it's all about, but you cannot buy your way into this tournament. It is invite only. Scott wants people that are involved, that are pushing the word, people helping just spread the word, of good charity, good faith. We want to get this thing continue to grow. Obviously, when you go to Scott Fishbowl, you'll see all the charities that he donates to. The big one, of course, is the Toys for Tots, but a ton of other ones that are in there too that we're all helping out. So that's the best way, to get involved, is doing that there. So Frankie, keep trying. Sometimes it took me 2-3 years to get in, finally, to my first one. So if you get in like after 1 year, I'm actually going to be a little pissed that you didn't have to wait, but I'm not going to hate on you for it. So go check out Fantasy Cares, man. When they go live, they run races, do little contests, things like that. It's super easy to get in. So again, that's our time. I want to dedicate to Scott Fish, man. It's worth it. He's worth all the time. And he did pop on the show 2 weeks ago, and we did have Lindsey Rhodes on last week doing a Scott Fishbowl mock. We will be doing another Scott Fishbowl mock on Friday. We do have another special guest kind of lined up. We're working on dates to get him confirmed. So make sure you guys keep tuning in.
I'm not available Friday.
Oh, you're not? Gator's not here on Friday. So yeah, all right, there it goes. Special guest gone. It's just going to be me and Classic. Sorry, guys. So there we go. But yeah, so enough of that. Again, Gator, appreciate the time, man. Love when you come out and join us here. A ton of fun getting into these best balls with you. We'll keep doing these on Mondays. As we work through the Scott Fishbowl season. Once those kick off, man, then it's redraft season. So we'll be doing redraft mocks. We'll be alternating between 1 QB, super flex, 3 wide receiver, 2 wide receiver, half PPR, all this good stuff. We're even throwing a 14-team leaguer in there for those man leagues for you guys in. We've had a couple requests, so we'll get those going. Yeah. So we'll bring it all to you guys here in July and get you guys ready for the Get Right Fantasy Mock Draft Tournament of Champions in August. Right. So that's coming back. So stay tuned. So Frank, take us out of here, man. Yeah. Sorry to take over your your ending there.
We had a lot of reads to do.
We had a lot of stuff to get into, man. Got a lot of stuff we want to support.
Thanks everybody for watching here today.
Superflex. 14-team Superflex.
Ooh, that would be brutal.
Yes,
that's a man's league right there.
That's horrible.
That's a man's world right there.
That's a man's league right there. There it is. All right, Frank, take us out.
We got Anthony here, Dustin, Mike, Tycoon, and myself. Thank you so much for being here with us, joining us today here at Get Right Network. Peace out.
Wanted to write fantasy is the play. Marking often, but I tune in every Friday. Strategies provided.